Hey guys, my name is Maria and welcome back to my channel. So in this video, I'm finally going to be showing you guys what is in my nursing bag. And I've actually been planning to do this video for ages, but it's always just been so inconvenient to do it, primarily because I've got to iron my nursing uniform before I show you guys like what's in my bag, because I don't want to come to you guys with a wrinkly uniform. But yeah, I'm going to be showing you guys what's in my nursing bag, and what I'll be taking, or what I'll be showing you, are pretty much the same things that I've taken for year 1, year 2, year 3 and now year 4 of my master's nursing degrees of placement. So if you guys are unsure of what's part of placement, stick around because I'll be showing you guys what I take. So if you want to stay up to date with more of my nursing videos, make sure you subscribe to this channel, and make sure you also like this video. 1, because like it if you like it, and 2, because I've actually had to iron my nursing uniform for you guys, and I don't like ironing my uniform. So without further ado, let us start. What is in my nursing bag? So I've got my bag right beside me, and the bag that I take to placement is actually this rucksack. It's a rucksack from Adidas, and it retails for £30, but when I buy Adidas rucksacks, I always like to get it on sale. So I believe I paid like £13 for it. First it was half price, and then Adidas were doing a thing across their website where they were doing like an extra 10 or 15% off on top of like sale price values, sale price items. So I only ended up paying like £13 or £14 for this massive rucksack. And I've had this rucksack for probably like, I'd say maybe like 8 months now. Prior to this rucksack, I had a rucksack from Adidas, which was the exact same shape, the exact same design, but it was actually grey. And the only reason why I got this new one is because one of my friends was like, Marie, you've had that bag for ages, like treat yourself to a new placement bag. So I did, and this is the bag I've got. And the reason why I like Adidas rucksacks, why I decided to get a second Adidas rucksack, is because they're super strong. Like, I don't just use this bag for placement, I also use it for like when I go shopping, like food shopping. It carries like, this bag has been through a lot. Like, it is so strong. But I also take it when I go shopping, and I also, if I have like weekends away, I also use this as like a weekend bag. And I like it also, again, like I said, because it's strong and because it's got this section at the back. This section at the back is actually really what sold it to me. I like it because you can put extra bits and bobs in it that you want to keep separate from the main compartments. If you want to put like special documents or your laptop in there, like I normally do, you can put it in here as well. And if you don't put anything in this back section, it also acts as extra padding. So you've got this separate back section, this middle section, which is the main section, and then you also have this front section where I tend to put like keys and things that are easily accessible. So let's start. What's in my nursing bag? So first I'm going to start off with this back. Ooh, let me just show you this bag again. First I'm going to start off with this back section here. So in this back section here, that is where I keep my nurse. Oh, all my pens are dripping out, my scissors. Here is where I keep my nursing uniform, primarily because I iron my nursing uniform. You don't have to, but I like to iron mine, and I keep it in the back section because I want to keep it as wrinkle free as possible, and that isn't really possible with a nursing with a rucksack, because it does tend to wrinkle up a bit. Yeah, this is my uniform, and yeah, as you can see, it's got just plain white tunic. It's got student nurse across the top, and in this pocket I have black pens. Only take black pens to placement. You don't need red, you don't need green, and you don't need blue. You only need black pens. If you make a mistake, cross it out with a single black line. The reason why you only use black pens, I know for the NHS anyway, is because they photocopy better, so it's better for patient documentation. And then in this pocket I also have a pen torch, which I use for doing neuro observations. Say if someone's come with a head injury, or if they've had a fall, you do neuro observations. And yeah, it's got like a little torch thing. I was given this by my placement. If you're going to be doing, if neuro obs is something that you'll do regularly in your placement or in your department, chances are they'll give you one. Or you can, go into eBay if you want a more fancier one. But I recommend probably just keeping the one that they give in placement, only because they are super strong. Like, this has been for the washer, this has been for the dryer, and it still works. And the reason why I like this one over the ones you can buy on eBay or Amazon is because it's got the eye gauge on it. So from 2mm up till 9mm, which makes it really easy when you're trying to like decide, not trying to decide, but when you're trying to, see how wide the patient's pupil is. So I recommend the one your placement gives you, and I'm pretty sure every trust in the NHS has these pens. These are Merlin medical pens. Yeah, pretty much every, trust in the NHS has these pens. So yeah, this is the front of my uniform, as you can see here. Ooh, ooh. In this front pocket, I also have my, cover that up, I also have my swipe card, which basically, and I'm based on the emergency department, which basically gives me access to patient restricted areas and visitor restricted areas, and I keep that in my top pocket. And then, as you can see on the top of my uniform, I also have my epaulets. Currently, I have my 3rd year epaulets on, simply because my uni doesn't have any 4th year epaulets. last I went to check, they didn't actually have any. So just for the purpose of this video, I've put my third year epaulets on. And for every year of your nursing degree, you'll get epaulets with, you know, 1 stripe. So first year, my epaulet only had 1 stripe. Then I went and got a new epaulets for second year, and they had 2 stripes. Then I got a new epaulet for third year, and now they've got 3 stripes. But unfortunately, because the masters in nursing cohort that I'm in is so small, 4th year epaulets aren't available. So when I go placement, I take my epaulets off, and so it's just bare like this. But when you're in year 1, year 2 and year 3, you will have epaulets, and hopefully soon my uni will be ordering some year 4 epaulets, and that will stop people asking me from like, what year are you in? Are you year 1? Are you year 2? Are you qualified? What are you at? What year are you in? So yeah, that is my basic nursing uniform. And I've also got 2 massive pockets down below, and in those pockets I have more pens, and I also have a pair of dressing scissors, and I make sure I keep these clean with Clean Wipes or Claw Clean on the ward. Stick that to the side, and then I also have my navy blue trousers. So that's it. 1 pocket at the back, nothing inside it, so there's not really much to say. Yeah, navy blue trousers. So that is it for this back section. Ooh, another pen. You can never have enough pens. People will steal your pens. If anyone sees a black pen lying around, they will claim it as their own, and you will do the same. So make sure you take as many black pens of placement as you can. So now we go into this massive main section, and the first thing I have is my Evian water bottle that I keep on the ward behind the nursing station, because trust me, if you don't have a water bottle, you will dehydrate, and then you won't realise until the end of the day when you're thinking, I've only been to the toilet 2 times today. Like, make sure you have a water bottle and keep it behind your nursing station if your ward allows you to do it. I know some wards don't actually allow you to have any water on the ward, and they should have a water fountain where you can access water easily. But I have this Evian water bottle, and I also date it as well. Next in this nursing section, I have my black boots that I take to placement. So like I've said, make sure you take plain black boots, and also preferably take ones that you can wipe clean. And then I also have a spare pair of socks. You don't need a spare pair of socks. The only reason why I like a spare pair of socks is because I like my feet to be completely dry. And unfortunately for me, I feel like I have sweaty feet. I don't know if I have sweaty feet or if I'm just uncomfortable with having normal feet. Like, I'm not sure if my feet are normal or if I have sweaty feet. But I always take a spare pair of socks so I can change it halfway through the shift. Most of the time I don't end up changing my socks simply because I don't have time to. But yeah, I've got a spare pair of socks. I also have my umbrella because in the summer it rains in England. In the winter, autumn and spring it also rains. So I also have my umbrella. Obviously I don't use it at placement, but when I'm going to and from placement, I'll take it. In this box section, I also have another pen. And then I have Roll-On of deodorant. I actually love this. This is Dr. Organic Tea Tree deodorant. I would recommend it because it smells so good. It's aluminium free, SLS free, paraben free and alcohol free. So basically reduces your chance of getting, you know, skin cancers and breast cancers and stuff, allegedly. But yeah, I always use organic deodorant. I tend to use organic products on my skin, or organic or whole products on my skin, because I don't want cancer. I know these things aren't the only things that cause cancer, but I want to reduce my chances as much as possible. So yeah, this is super fresh, and I'll probably use this, you know, once or twice on placement if I have time. So that is it for this end section, in this massive section. And then we also have a small section here. Let me take out what I've got. So I've got more pens. Don't know why I have a blue pen, but I've got more black and blue pens. I also have some pain relief in the form of codeine phosphate and paracetamol. Quick question for you guys. Is codeine phosphate a general sales medicine? Quick question for you guys. So yeah, that is it for the end of this back section, or the main. Why do I keep calling it the back section? That's it for the end of the main section. So now we'll go into the front mini section. So I've got my purse. Oh, wait, let me just take it all out. Yeah, so in that front section, I've got my purse, which has got no cash, but ironically some coins in it. Normally it's the other way around. And then I also have some hand cream. Typically I'll only use this just before I start my shift and at the end of my shift as well. And this is the Ayres hand cream. I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly. Ayres, and it smells super nice. It's got essential oils of jasmine and rosemary, and it smells so nice and it is so moisturising. But yeah, before I start my shift, I always like to wash my hands and then use this hand cream, and then when I finish my shift I also like to wash my hands and then use this hand cream again, but I don't use it anytime in between because I don't have time to be going back and forth to my bag for nice smelling hand cream. In that front section I also have some lip gloss, and this is Argan Soothing Lip Balm. Nourishes, smooths and protects the lips, and I will keep this in my pocket and I'll apply it to my lips all the time like this on placement when I've got time, because you're walking, running up and down, and your lips, my lips get so dry, and I'm no not the only one, because I see so many other nurses on the ward applying lip balm all the time. Like, I think a lot of it is due with the fact that you're not drinking as much water as you normally do, and your lips will get super dry on the ward. So I always try to take lip balm and apply it as many times as I can when I'm on placement. Next section, or next bit I have in that front section is my keys. So this is my bike lock key, my home key, and then my room key in York. And oh, did I drop something? No, I didn't drop anything. So that is what I have in my nursing bag. So a whole host of random stuff, and all the stuff I have is essential. I don't feel like I'm carrying any excess stuff that I don't need to carry. Well, a quick message just before I completely end this video, and this message is primarily for my UK viewers, and it is, like you, I've watched a lot of what's in my nursing bag, what's in my clinical bag, what's in my placement bag, and a lot of these people who do these videos tend to be from students who are studying nursing in the US or in Canada, and you'll notice that from their videos they tend to have more equipment, and by more equipment I mean they'll tend to have things like stethoscopes, things like pulse oximeters, things like study guides, things like medicine study guides. And what I want to tell you is that you do not need this. If you're studying, you know, nursing in the UK, or if you're hoping to study nursing in the UK, you don't need to go out and buy your own stethoscope or buy your own pulse oximeter or buy your own BNF. We are lucky enough that the NHS, you know, provides these, you know, bits of equipment so that they're already available for us to use on the ward or on the department that we have our placements on. And we're also very lucky that, you know, our universities as well sometimes, you know, provide these bits of equipment for us. So basically what I'm saying is that there is no need for you to go out and buy a stethoscope. By all means, if you want to, I do have a couple of friends who have bought their own stethoscopes. By all means, if you want to go buy your own stethoscope, buy your own stethoscope, but stay away or steer away from buying electrical products such as pulse oximeters that you plan to be using on, you know, patients. Don't buy your own electrical equipment, because chances are they won't be registered by the NHS or they won't be licensed by the NHS to use, you know, while you're at placement or to use on patients. So if you are going to buy any extra bits of equipment, maybe just stick it to your stethoscope. We are so lucky and we are so blessed that we have the fantastic NHS where they provide these products, you know, readily available on the ward. There's no need to buy, you know, study guides. We have the BNFs, loads of BNFs on the ward. We also have like the BNFs available online, which you can access easily from your ward. So yeah, the quick message is, you know, don't feel lost, or, you know, don't feel lost if you feel like, oh my gosh, all these American students or all these Canadian students have these extra bits of equipment. Does it mean that we don't use it as, you know, student nurses in the UK? You do use these products, you know, regularly as student nurses. You do use these products regularly as student nurses in the UK. It's just that we don't have to, you know, buy it ourselves. The NHS provides these extra bits of equipment. All you really need, to be honest, to take to placement is your uniform, a pair of black boots or black shoes that you can wipe clean, and also a pen. Everything from, you know, the eye torch that I showed you guys right down to, you know, everything that you'll be using on the ward, you know, with your patients will be provided for you. So yeah, that's just a quick message. So yeah, that's what's in my nursing bag. If you found it, you know, useful or helpful in any way, make sure you like this video. Make sure you also subscribe to my channel. If you want to see like more nursing related videos, make sure you go back to my channel, click on my The Life of a Student / The Life of a Student Nurse playlist, and I've got a whole host of videos that will give you like loads of information about like nursing degree study in the UK from my perspective. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.